car. It is insane. I mean that in the best possible way. I love insane.
This looks like something aliens would visit us in.
Qualifies because, well, just take a look at it. Today, I'm going to review the low-res car, certainly one of the most bizarre and interesting vehicles I've ever seen.
Oh, sweet. Well, thank you, Legends.
Before I get started, be sure to check out Cars and Bids, which is my enthusiast car auction website for cool cars from the modern era. We've had some amazing sales recently on Cars and Bids, including this 2007 Shelby GT500, which sold for over $81,000. It had just 100 miles on it, a record price for one of these. Also, this NA Mazda Miata with a Chevy V8 swap sold for $27,000. And this Toyota Land Cruiser Heritage Edition brought $93,000. If you're looking to sell your cool enthusiast car, Cars and Bids is the place to do it. You'll get the most
I don't know why I'm letting this ad run.
Basic shape, which became a car. This car. The low-res car was designed by United Nude, the footwear company, and it's absolutely bizarre, as you can see. Now, it does have a drivetrain, and I will be driving it, but it's limited to lower speeds because it's mostly for show. Still, it was the sheer bizarreness of the low-res car.
Okay, it's not that fucking bizarre, all right?
And I had to know.
Talk to me when they make a car made out of titties or something.
Of this crazy vehicle.
It's a bit goofy, a bit silly at most.
What I'm going to do. First, I'll take you on a thorough tour of the low-res car and show you those quirks and features. Then I'll get it out on the road and drive it, and then I'll give it a Doug score.
Oh, thanks, JC.
All right, I'm going to start the quirks and features of the low-res car by answering a few basic questions you probably
This would be great
at
like a destruction derby
the goal was
event.
To create like a Lamborghini Countach, except in its most basic design
version, in Tier 1 lizard mushroom from the resub
And as you can see, that's about what they've done. This is the same basic overall shape as the Countach, just without any of the texture or resolution, basically. Now, like I said, it was designed by United Nude, the footwear company, and it was intended to be sort of a promotional item for them. I guess they would bring it to events, whatever, and people would look at it and talk about it, and well, that clearly worked because
what happened to the Cybertruck? Wasn't that supposed to come out this year?
The appearance,
or was that a scam?
Performance, this is no Countach.
This just reminded me.
It has a small electric motor in it right now, and performance is rather limited. I'm told it can top out around 30 miles per hour if it can even get that fast. Now, Drive H2, the nonprofit that'll be auctioning this off, they want to convert it to a hydrogen powertrain and have come to a point in the center, like
I just want to see it move.
Necessary, and then button 4 will open up the car. Press it, and this is what happens.
Let's go.
The body of the car lifts up and opens up
electronically. Tier 1 Cyber Shadow.
Holding down the button
and hello, Puppenheim.
Therefore revealing the interior. There are no doors to this vehicle. There's no windows that roll down.
Man, you better fucking hope that remote never malfunctions, or that'll be your tomb.
And everything lifts up, which gives you access to the interior. Absolutely a bizarre situation, but that's how it's done in this car. Now, you may be wondering, well, why is it button 4 on the key fob? You'd think that would be the most important function, should be button number 1. Well, it isn't. This car is very weird, and that is a weird part of it. And for more weird with this car, we have the interior. Now, the first thing you notice when the body has been lifted up so you can climb inside is that there are 2 seats in this car, making the low-res car relatively
They're like Speed Racer or something.
Front and rear, they're tandem seats, so that's all you get. And they're fixed in that position, so you can't move them. Whatever position they're in, that's where you're sitting in this car. And as you might imagine, getting in is a little bit of a challenge since you're contending with the body right above you. Allow me to attempt to climb inside. First, you have to clear the body, like I did. Then you have to sort of slide under the steering wheel, and then
this looks very nice.
Inside the low-res car. Now, the seats themselves are rather comfortable. They are nice leather seats, and the seat backs kind of preserve the theme of this car's design in the sense that you can see they're angled.
I think this has a good future.
Kind of keeping that like angled look from the outside and taking it into the inside with the seats. Also keeping that angled design, although frankly probably a little bit more bizarrely, is the steering wheel, which you can see is a hexagon, and it's all angled chrome once again. It's not really a wheel. Instead, it is a very bizarre looking like piece of chrome hexagon that's just screwed onto a plate which attaches to the steering column. And this is, it looks
I just want to see it move now.
Interesting on illuminate, although it's worth noting on and same deal in the rear.
Oh, look at that.
This car was used as a promotional vehicle for United Nude, and so that logo has to turn on in order to actually promote. So you can toggle that.
No, I'm sure the car moves
using that switch. Now, next up, your next interesting control in this little panel, there's a switch labeled interior. If you press that, well, nothing happens actually. You can't see anything turn on. So what's going on?
Oh, it's a self-destruct button.
Lights, but they are hidden. You open up these little steel doors on either side of the seating compartment, and that's where your interior lights are.
Oh, very cool.
You flip that switch, and you can see they all go on, and they're actually quite bright, and they light up this vehicle. The entire interior is visible. Now,
man, that looks like it'd be so uncomfortable. That'd be blinding.
If you have the interior lights on, but the car in the dark,
you
sort
just
of only see the
canned
shape
soup.
and this weird glow, and it looks pretty neat. But that's how you do it. That's how you activate the interior lights in the low-res car. But anyway, next up, a highly important switch in this little control area is marked open, close. And you can use that switch to open or close the body around you.
Nice.
This is automatic. Same deal. Press the little drive.
All right. Let's get out there. I want to see this fucking thing drift.
You know, it's kind of hot in here. It's all windows. This is an interesting experience.
Holy fuck, this looks awful.
So my legs are, I'm right up, like my knees are compressed, like I'm crouching almost, trying to drive this thing. And I noticed that the steering column would probably impale me if I get in any form of accident. So that's kind of terrifying. With that said, this is kind of cool. This is not cool.
It looks pretty cool.
I'm driving the weirdest thing on the planet, basically.
Oh, here comes a 55-point turn.
Very interesting. Okay, now brake is with my left foot. Oh, a lot of brake. Okay. All right, now I'm going to try to turn around. There's no mirrors, which I've only just realized. There's also no seat belts, which is not an ideal situation, but that is in fact the case. I'm going to punch it here. Ooh.
Oh my god. 0 to 60 in a couple days.
Not much happening when you floor it, although the body kind of shakes.
He's a tier 1 canned soup.
This is so weird. This is the weirdest vehicle I've ever driven by. There's other cars on the road. I can only imagine what they're
Brakes don't work.
Insane, which is of course true. All right, now I'm really going to floor it.
I wish cars did have a wackier design. Maybe not this wacky, but
I'm going like 12,
at least
but
something.
It feels like faster because it's so low and the body is shaking and stuff is rattling. This is insane. What is this vehicle? This is absolutely the most bizarre experience. I can see the road beneath me because the platform of the thing doesn't completely cover everything. Surprisingly maneuverable, actually. Reasonably acceptable vehicle. Now I use I use a toggle switch.
Okay, well, I mean, that thing's kind of cool. Is that street legal? No, I think it's just used for promotions like he was saying. Where's the resub Kobo? In the bits, JC. Dude breaks window on a bus.